I'm Mark Inman, producer on Planet of the Apes Last Frontier for the Imaginarium. Um, and this week we're going to carry on from last week's stream. However, we're going to do something slightly different in that we are going to switch on the mixer voting. Once again, I've managed to mess this up, so just bear with me for a few seconds. Right, here we go. Right, so basically what happens here is that as we go through the game, each time a conversational choice comes through, you will get two options directly below the stream with a left choice and right choice, and you pick one of those, and I will go with the majority if there is a majority, or whether it's just going to be one person voting at the moment. It'll become sort of pretty clear as we go into it. We'll crack on from last week. Just to give you a brief recap, we left it with both the humans and the apes on the lookout for food. The three brothers from the apes tribe have been sent out for food. The humans were just basically in a situation where they knew that there were sort of shortages in terms of what stocks they had in the run up for winter. We will continue from there.
Humans. Humans here.
So the one thing that we can't do as part of the voting system is the action events. The action events, because they're timed, have to be done just by the person who's controlling the game. So, vote left or vote right? Okay.
Humans.
So does the fact that the humans being down there affect whether or not you think it'll be easy, or do you think it might be better not to take them? I am gonna vote. Oh, okay. Arrogance.
Humans will see us. Humans bad. Humans bad.
So Juno's obviously getting a little bit concerned now. Do you look to comfort him, or do you kind of just tell him to shut up? Are all the votes in? Okay.
Father said. Father said.
The louder he gets, the more likely he is to upset the cattle. What do you want to do? Okay.
Father said.
So don't forget, these all have an impact on your relationship with the character. Okay. I'm gonna keep him safe. Now Brutus is annoyed with you. Do we just take the steer, or do we try and sort out what the humans before we take the steer? Vote now. Okay. You're a fairly aggressive bunch on this stream today. Much like the journalists when we first showed this scene off. So this is an action scene, so you won't be able to take part in this. As I described last week, there's an option to do something, or if you leave the control, then you get a very different event, and I'm going to show an example of how that works. What I'll do is I'll play this scene through, and then I'll stop it before the end and show how it plays out differently. Okay. So I'm going to be pressing space to play this out. For the first one, I'm not going to choose to do anything. So I'm not going to shoot them. So then Brutus basically just beats him up. I'm going to try and stop him. But I'm not going to shoot this guy. I think the damage is done already. Right. Okay. Now I'm just going to show that whole scene again. It means I've got to go back to the main menu, unfortunately. But I'm going to show that scene again, but let it play out differently. Basically, by in making the choices I made, my brother was angry with me because I didn't shoot the guy, and it made no difference anyway because he then sent Brutus out, who then basically punched him and beat him to death. By trying to stop Brutus, I then annoyed both Brutus and Toller, because again I took the more passive route, which they weren't interested in doing. And then again with the third choice, by bailing on trying to shoot that that other guy, Toller basically took it upon himself to shoot him, which again affects that relationship, because then he's looking at me as not sort of committed to sort of like doing what he wants me to do. So I'll show you it again from a different perspective.
Shit, Mikey. Someone's out there.
So I'm going to take the opposite choices. See, and again, this is one of the other things that happens is because I'd taken that first choice, it then removes that second action event because I'd already kind of like taken him out, so there was no need for the sort of to sour the relationship with Brutus. Right, okay. Which way do you want to go with this? Vote now. Oh, okay. I'm going to have to decide and vote. I'm going to blame Toller.
It's your fault, Toller. Yours are still human food. Oh.
Do we tell the truth? Or do we lie to our dads? Given that we've already said that we weren't going to go and hunt in the valley. Okay.
Oh, this is good hunt. We are strong hunters. We find much food for tribe. Good steer. Oh,
Mikey! Mikey, what the hell happened?
my shoulder. Took a shot.
Where's Pete?
Question or comfort? I can feel better about being shot in the shoulder or just grill him. Okay.
Who did this?
Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
You're gonna be fine.
Rainey. Get hurt. What if we lost him? Jess, I need to get him inside.
Hang on, Maria. We gotta find out what's happened.
Mark, medical kit. Now.
Okay, just tell us what happened, son.
Me and Pete, watching the herd by the creek, shot rang out. Oh God, Pete's head just... Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but there was an ape.
What? You say you saw an ape?
Yeah, no, I mean, more than one, apes.
Okay. Where's Pete?
Where's Pete, Mikey? Where is he?
I told you. A goddamn ape killed Pete. Apes, apes, man.
Take it easy. Calm down.
Mark, pressure on.
Jess, we gotta get out there. Find Pete, check on the cattle.
In the dark? Are you crazy, Rainey?
Who's right? Should we stay or should we kind of go out and check on the herd? Okay.
No, this can wait till morning. No one else needs to die tonight.
I need to get this bullet out now. I need some help,
Give the
people.
doc a hand. All right, folks, get back to bed. There's nothing more to see. Jess, I gotta show you something. Willits and Reeves saddlebags, I checked them. You're not gonna believe what I found.
So we'll plough through into the next chapter. This is one of the features that we included for the Xbox and PC versions, based on a bunch of feedback we'd had from the PlayStation 4 version. We looked to make it more clear how your relationship with the key characters from both the apes and the human side shifted during the game. So we introduced this relationship screen, which kind of shows sort of your standing with every sort of key character. With regards to the last scene, that entire conversation, had we stuck with the original way that I'd played out that action sequence, that conversation would have been completely different.
I don't want you here.
Guess it's time we came clean, eh, Oswald? Fact is, we didn't want to scare you guys unnecessarily. But we're, what you'd call ape hunters.
You know what?
We hunt apes since the flu.
Somehow they got out. They got smart. Bred like rats. Use guns.
Guns.
Yup. Shoot you real dead, too.
Your wound's mighty improved.
Oh, yeah. How about that? I guess I'm one of those lucky types. Heals fast.
Apes, they are a scourge. They've been heading east. We've been tracking them. You see, what we do is we find a tribe and we rob them out. And people are usually pretty grateful.
Surprisingly grateful.
What do you want to do? Okay.
So you knew about these apes, and you didn't warn us.
I wouldn't say we knew you had an ape problem. Fact is, we thought you folks might be fine out here.
I guess now we've changed our minds about that.
Ooh, okay. Half and half. Well, I'm going to decide this one.
You know what, Willits? I don't give a damn about the apes moving east. We got a herd to protect, and we can't afford to lose any more cattle or any more men.
Yeah, appreciate that vote of confidence, but the thing is, we don't know how bad your ape problem is.
Could be a whole army of them out there.
And I'm guessing you folks don't have a damn clue what you're gonna face. So for us, come morning, we're turning south.
Okay. Fine, I'll tell them to stick the hell.
Okay, go south. We don't need you. Make sure you're gone by noon.
All right, I get it. Couple of punk drifters. All talk. Come on, Jess, let's get out of here.
Ma'am, Mr. Rainey, you really want our help, you know what? We'll help. But here's the thing, you need to listen to us and do exactly what we say, when we say, or more people are gonna die.
It's your call, Jess.
Yeah, we'll listen. But let's get one thing straight. You don't call the shots, I do.
Okay, we'll help you. Not right now. We're gonna get some sleep. But come tomorrow, though, we'll track us some apes. Hell, maybe even kill a few.
See that choice, that particularly that last choice is more about your defining, not your relationship with Willett and
Yeah, I'll shut the door, we're getting a little
Oswald,
bit of
but
a
more
draft in here.
about defining your relationship with Rainey, so he knows that you're strong enough to take control of situations like that.
We bring food to our tribe. Oh, oh.
Apologies if the stream's a bit jittery. I'm not sure why. It should be fine. Show loyalty to Tuller or stay silent. Okay.
Tonight, and
And there's no good choice out of this one. It's just about kind of making the best of a bad situation or brazening it out. Okay, which one? Be a little bit more honest with Owaka about what happened, or again brazen it out.
When we talk with Father, we tell him we found steel on mountain. On stone.
One of the references our developer uses when describing the brothers is the brothers in the Corleone family in the Godfather. Your character's more the sort of Michael Corleone of the family. Again, it's another one of these ones where there's no good way to come out of this. It's just about kind of, do you protect your own backside, or do you kind of go full on with the sort of the lie?
Yes.
We're going to be elusive, fine.
tribe. Feast. Ren, I ask you one last time. Is that how it happened?
This decision leads to quite a significant impact on your relationship with both the brothers. If you continue down the route where you kind of try to keep the lie going, Juno will basically Juno will basically tell your father the whole truth, and just make you look bad in front of your father. Whereas obviously this way you've kind of undermined
Did you see humans?
Toller's lie.
Yes. There were two. Did you hurt them?
Again, do you go and lie, or do you be honest? Okay, honest bunch.
We had to kill one. The other escaped. My sons are fools. You put the tribe in danger. Plans.
Getting close. Y'all better be ready.
So there's another action event coming up shortly. So yes, you'll have to sit this one out. Watch me do all the fun bits.
Will it? What do you know about these apes?
No. No, they'll rip you in two. I'll tell you this, though. They go down with a headshot. Anything else, you better empty that clip.
What's it gonna be?
But if we hit them hard, they'll run, right? Just leave.
Run. No. We meet up with them. We're in for a nasty fight.
This whole dialogue's
You wanna know what's deep
again
down the
about
grudge?
building a relationship one way or another with Willett and Oswald.
Let me guess, Reeves. Kiss your ass goodbye.
Something like that.
Fall back! We'll cover you!
Rainey, fall back! They got us covered!
We gotta find the horses!
What happened?
They attacked us. And they ran off. We beat them.
Yeah, maybe.
We should get the hell out of here.
So, here. Father, the camp is closed. We can still. Sons, listen to me.
So while this sequence plays out automatically, it plays out one in a number of ways depending on where you've left your relationship with calm, particularly with regards to the last discussion about the cattle. It comes across in a very different way. If that relationship kind of soured in that last conversation.
Listen to Clarence. Say
Depends what type of leaf it is. It could have loads of TCP on it. Well, there you go. You clearly didn't have enough TCP on it.
What the hell happened?
So which way do you want to explain this to the town? Okay.
It was apes, all right. We took them on.
Where's Isaac?
I'm sorry. Isaac didn't make it. 2 dead in 24 hours. God, Jess. Listen, Maria. We beat them. They ran away. They're probably miles away by now.
Jess,
We gotta start protecting ourselves and fast. Get people looking for ways that apes can break into this town.
Okay.
I don't want to scare people. So just you and your men take care of this. Got that?
Jess, you gotta get this town safe again. Now, it could be Oswald and I help you with that.
I thought you might have ideas. Let's hear it.
Look, when the apes find you, and they will find you, they're gonna come after you. So unless you got guns on all these walls, and I do mean all these walls, it's just a matter of time before they're in here.
Okay, but hang on. We can't just hole up in here, waiting. We need to send out patrols.
Big decision. Will it or Rainy? Okay.
Willits is right. We have to keep Millerton safe. Guns on walls.
God damn it, Jess. What about our food? We got corn and beets out there to be harvested. My cattle. All out there. We're just sitting in here waiting.
What do you think? Protect the town, protect the cattle. It is one of the things of this game is that it allows you to not flip-flop, but it allows you to change your mind rather than every decision being a cliff edge decision. It allows you to kind of look and go, oh, okay, maybe they were right, maybe I should change my mind. But again,
Send out patrols. Surely it's safer that way.
it does affect the relationship.
It's a bad call, Jess.
See, obviously, Willett disagrees.
You two thinking you'll stay?
I think we'll take our chances elsewhere. Let's go, Reeves. It's on you now.
Why are you letting him go?
It's okay. I got this. Trust me.
The reason Mark's so cut up is that the guys who died in both the first attack and the second attack were both friends of his. Apologies, Simpanji. That's the thing, is they display automatically for certain events, especially with cattle sign, and it has to always switch on. But yes, they don't always appear unless you actually enable them. So apologies for that.
You did this!
Stop them from tormenting Juno, or don't stop. Okay.
Tola. Ape. Not fight. Ape.
Yeah, but it's just like Animal Farm, isn't it? All animals are equal until things change. And then some animals are more equal than others. See, you've knocked Clarence. Takes a lot.
Oh,
It's a good pair of choices there, because you're always empowering Tolo one way or another. It's just with with one choice, you also kind of pacify the other people who are involved in this debate.
Brutus!
Rainey, what the hell?
Face it, Jess. We've been firing pea shooters at those damn apes. Some of them had goddamn assault rifles, for Christ's sake.
Okay, start handing out heavy weaponry to the townspeople.
Hang on. Nobody issues these weapons unless I say.
Really? You don't think we need real firepower when we go back into that forest?
So what? Do we go after them, or do we stay put?
We're not going anywhere. Not for now.
This is war, Jess! We don't have a damn choice here. It's kill them, or they are gonna kill us.
No. We do have a choice. No one wants more bloodshed.
So, we just sit back and we wait for it. That your plan?
The apes attacked us because we attacked them. Can't you see that? I'll make the calls, Rainey. You just make sure you and your men are on board.
Here. At least carry a decent weapon.
Okay.
For defense.
All right, it's your call, but yes, God. If you're wrong, and they come for us.
If I'm wrong, then we'll fight them off. And then we'll follow them back into the forest. Find their camp. And then we'll hunt them down like rats.
Yeah, that is the thing actually. William Hope, who played Gorman in Aliens, it's the guy who plays Luke Rainey. A lot of the other actors who were in it are UK-based actors. The lady who plays Jess Ross was in Broadchurch, which I think is a show that made her over to the States. And the guy who plays he plays a bunch of characters, but he plays Bryn, a guy called Neil Newborn, who he's kind of like the he's kind of like the UK's answer to, is it Nolan North or the other guy over in the States who seems to get all of the primary roles in video games. He's kind of like the UK's version of that, but also has a relatively famous start as well. Sports commentator. A little bit behind the scenes info there. Who we siding with? Clarence. Okay. Again, it shows the difference in the approach, in that Clarence is now completely out of favour and out of the sort of circle of trusted leadership. Brutus, being the big muscle, is the sort of has replaced him in that role. What do you want to do? Okay.
I smell fear, brother.
Again, this reflects on the whole thing again, and I do keep going on about this because it's something that people have commented on. It's every single dialogue choice does have an impact on the relationship. Okay. So you've gone down the aggressive route. makes a difference to the relationship.
We gather our strongest warrior. Clouds, come. Clouds, rise.
And there we go, end of chapter 2. You're not doing too bad with anybody at the moment. All seems to be okay with the humans. You haven't done too much damage with Rainy. Your relationship with Tolla still stinks, but it's generally fine with everybody else apart from Khan, obviously, who's now dead. And that is where we're going to leave it game-wise for today. We will come back to this possibly not next time. I'm thinking next time we might do something different. It may be that I'm looking at maybe looking at a few other sort of different games, ones that were key in what shaped the game. So, for example, things like Heavy Rain was a huge influence on this title. Martin, who ran the studio, cited it as one of his big key titles, particularly with regards to how his partner felt about the game, and the fact that she really got into the narrative side of things, but she found the control element quite intimidating, and that is kind of why he sort of did some of the things mechanically with Planet of the Apes that he did, was because he wanted something that was accessible to people who aren't gamers but do like the sort of strong narrative side of things. So we might potentially have a look at Heavy Rain next week, just so we can look. It's a game that I'm not overly familiar with, so it would be nice to go through it and pick out the things that are kind of a strong sort of element from that have made it over to Planet of the Apes, particularly because one of the people who worked on Heavy Rain, a guy called Steve Neabley, ended up as the cinematic director on Planet of the Apes: Last Frontier. So he brought a lot of what he'd done in Heavy Rain, and also Detroit, and also is it Beyond Two Souls, or is that the wrong game name? It's the other one of that studio's titles. That name escapes me just at this moment. And he brought a lot of the learnings from that over onto Planet of the Apes. So it might be good to have a look at that next week. There's a couple of other games as well have been of particular influence. One of those is Until Dawn, again, which was a big favourite of the studio managers, and was it influenced a number of things. On top of the influence of the game itself, it was one of the things that the studio thought they could kind of build on. They noticed quite a lot that there was only ever two major characters on screen, and one of the things that the Imaginati did when they were developing Planet of the Apes was to try to push to see how much more you could do in Unreal without actually going in for sort of bells and whistles plugins. How much you could do with Unreal with getting sort of multiple sort of primary characters on screen. It's one of the things that you find quite a lot with Unreal titles, is that they don't have more than sort of one or two major characters on screen in sort of close view. Anyway, they're the sort of things that we're perhaps we'll be looking at next week. It'll be Thursday next week for, but I'll push that out later in the week about the stream moving to Thursday, mainly because I'm going on holiday on Friday. So that's kind of it. Thanks for tuning in again. The few you did, and I'll see you next week.